Okay, let's just have a quick reality check for a second.
Yeah, let's do it.
Most people who lose their crypto, it's not because they picked the wrong coin.
No.
Or, because the market took a dive. They lose everything because their exchange account was basically, the front door was left wide open.
Completely unlocked.
So today, we're doing a kind of high-speed audit. We've pulled 10 specific safety settings from this security guide. The goal is to help you build a digital vault in like 10 minutes.
It's funny, we spend so much time obsessing over the price of an asset.
Right.
And we just totally ignore the plumbing that's supposed to be holding it. If you have any real value on an exchange, you have to stop thinking like a user and start thinking like a vault technician.
So where do we start? What's the foundation of that vault?
It's two-factor authentication, or 2FA. And the single biggest mistake people make is using SMS text codes.
Because that's like having a lock that a hacker can just trick your phone company into copying.
Exactly. You're talking about SIM swapping.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some absolute horror stories. Your phone just goes dead.
It just stops working.
And by the time you get to the store to figure it out, your life savings have been drained.
That's why the source material is so insistent. You have to move to an authenticator app, or, even better, a physical security key, like a YubiKey.
Those little USB sticks?
Yeah. They're the gold standard. A hacker can steal your password from halfway across the world, but they can't reach through the screen and physically tap a key that's sitting on your desk.
But even if I have one of those,
Yeah.
if my email account is weak, doesn't the whole thing just fall apart?
It does.
A hacker gets into my Gmail, they just hit forgot password on my exchange, and they're in.
Your email is the master key left under the doormat. If you haven't secured that email with its own 2FA, its own physical key, all these other settings are just for show.
Okay, so secure the email first. Got it. What about the really sneaky stuff, like phishing? I get emails all the time that look real, saying my account is suspended or something.
This is where the anti-phishing code is. Just a brilliant little trick.
How does that work?
You go into your settings and you pick a secret word or phrase, let's say, golden retriever.
Okay.
From that moment on, every single legitimate email from the exchange will include golden retrievers at the top. If an urgent alert shows up and your phrase isn't there,
It's a fake.
it's a fake. You delete it immediately. The exchange is proving its identity to you, not the other way around.
That's so simple but so effective.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about locking the vault doors. Stopping money from actually leaving. The sources mention a withdrawal whitelist. That sounds like a bit of a hassle, though. What if I want to send some funds to a friend's new wallet?
It is a hurdle, but that's the whole point. Think of it like a pre-approved guest list for your money. You tell the exchange, my funds can only go to these 3 specific addresses I've already approved.
So if a hacker gets in,
And they try to send your Bitcoin to their own wallet, the exchange just blocks it. Their address isn't on the list.
and what about time locks? I saw a setting that freezes withdrawals for like 48 hours if you log in from a new device.
Yeah, 24 or 48-hour freeze.
Honestly, that sounds like a nightmare. What if my phone breaks and I'm trying to trade a dip?
Look, it's definitely an inconvenience, for sure. But you have to ask yourself, what would you rather have? A 2-day annoyance while you verify your identity.
Or watch my entire balance get wiped out in 2 minutes.
Exactly. That delay is a circuit breaker. It gives you time to see the login alert and shut things down before the money is gone.
Good point. I'll take the headache over the empty wallet. The source also had some advanced hygiene tips about API keys. What are those for people who aren't, super technical?
An API key is basically a backdoor you give to a robot. It's how a trading bot or a portfolio tracker talks to your account.
So should I just turn them off?
If you don't use them, absolutely disable them completely. If you do use them, you have to restrict them by IP address.
Which is like my computer's home address.
That's it. You're telling the exchange, only listen to this bot if it's talking to you from my home Wi-Fi. And, most importantly, never, ever give an API key withdrawal permissions.
So the bot can trade, but it can't steal.
It contains the damage. It limits the blast radius. Same logic applies to passwords. Make them long, unique, use a manager. And then do a little digital spring cleaning. Remove old phone numbers. Update your security questions.
The guide also suggested a buddy system, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, making sure your spouse or your parents do this too.
So one person's account doesn't become the weak link for the whole family.
It's about making your family a fortress, not a series of targets. These 10 minutes of what seems like boring admin work, that's what stands between you and a total wipeout.
It's a lot, but it puts it in perspective. Here's a final thought then.
Yeah.
We spend hours, maybe hundreds of hours, researching what coin is going to be the next big thing.
But how many of us have spent even 10 minutes researching the digital plumbing that actually protects those assets? If your exchange account was a real house, would you feel safe sleeping there tonight with the locks you have now?